I continue to. It never closes. It does.
Dream up a world of pirates. Climb the highest tree. Fall down.
ഇതിന്റെ ഫുഡ് എവിടെയാ?
Find a word.
വെള്ളം അവിടെ വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Go back out to sea. Sail home.
Just
Where
move.
the ships glow.
Original.
Get all cleaned up.
Sleeping.
Put away. Call it a day.
That is shorter than me. I'm taller than you.
See,
Yeah.
it's big.
Oh, other. Oh, other. I'm still taller than you.
The other one is coming.
രണ്ടെണ്ണം.
How fast is swimming?
ഇത് രണ്ടുമല്ലേ? അത് ഇതിനകത്തും വലുതാ. അതിന്റെ വാലില്ലേ അത് വെച്ച സ്റ്റിങ് അത് ഞാൻ വേറെ കാരണം പക്ഷെ അതിന്റെ വലിയ വാലില്ലേ ലോങ് വാൽ അത് വെച്ച് ആദ്യമേ മീനിനെ അത് കഴിക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന മീനിനെ പാരലൈസ് ചെയ്യും.
How are we going today? Good. Think everyone enjoying their day in the park today? Good to hear. All right. I've spotted you, Jay. Are you guys coming around Blue Dick today or is that the other day? No. That's all good. All right. I'll pretend I didn't see you. All right. Welcome to Ulu Canva, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm going to be the host of your show here today. Now, here at Ulu Canva, we are trying to replicate our large freshwater habitat in the Northern Territory. I am currently standing in fresh water. Now, if I was anywhere in the Northern Territory or the northern half of Australia for that matter, would I be standing knee deep in fresh water? No, why not, guys? Crocodile, Kaveri canca, it's got a lot of teeth. Now, who noticed that one hiding over there? Now, luckily for me, he's fake, but not everyone noticed him. If that was a real crocodile, I would be gone. Crocodiles in the wild, they blend in a lot better than that one does, and they will very readily kill and eat human beings. So guys, we need to be very careful whenever we're going around our waterways in the Northern Territory, unless there is a giant sign there saying, yes, you can go swimming. Do not go anywhere near that water, guys. You are risking your life. All right. Look, I don't have a real crocodile here to show you, so why don't we talk a little bit about our fish? Can anyone tell me the name of this big fish over here? No, this one's George. You are correct though, George is a barramundi. And barramundi are well known for a noise that they make when they grab their food. We like to call it a boof. Boof. 1, 2, 3, 4. All my fingers are still there. Luckily for me, barramundi don't actually have any teeth.
What are they doing?
And it sounds like they've got a really nasty snap on them, but you'd be quite surprised to hear the big, big, loud boofing noise. It's actually the sound they make when they open their mouth, not when they close it. Okay, barramundi have got a very large mouth on them. They can eat a fish up to about a quarter of their own body size if they want to, so they can eat a pretty big fish. Now with that really big mouth, when they open it really, really quickly, they open it so quickly that if you blink you will miss it. When they open that nice and quickly, what they do is they create a vacuum. They draw in all of the water and all of the air, and that's what you can hear when you hear that pop. It's the sound of everything rushing into their mouth. All right, guys, I'm going to do a little experiment here. I'm going to hold on to this fish here as tight as I can. Let's see if the barramundi can pull it out of my hand. Now remember, they don't actually touch the fish at all. It is just pure suction that these guys use to pull it into their mouth and negative pressure. Alrighty, this guy's looking hungry. Look at that. I did not open my hand at all, not today, but quite often I end up with a little bit of fish left behind. Alrighty, so barramundi are a very iconic fish in the Northern Territory. Most people know them very, very well. Now, the reason why they are so popular in the Northern Territory, well, there's a couple of them. Number one, we like to eat them. So barramundi, they taste very nice, depending on where you get them from. If you get barramundi out of fresh water, they're probably not going to taste very good. They're going to taste a little bit muddy, but if you get them out of salt water, they taste a lot nicer. So yes, barramundi will live in both fresh and salt water, and it's very important that they're able to travel between the two at different stages of their life. Alright, now the other reason why we really like barramundi is because here in the Northern Territory, we like to brag. We love to show off. And if you can catch yourself a big barramundi, you've earned yourself bragging rights. They are quite a hard fish to catch. They can be very fussy and very particular with what they eat. And they're a very, very strong fish. Now these barramundi here, they're between 90 and 120 centimetres in length. They have been known to grow up to 1.5 metres in length. But to find even a barra over 80 centimetres out in the wild is pretty good. They don't often get this large in the wild, and they are very uncommon when they do. So people can go their entire life without catching a big barramundi. So if you catch one over 1 metre in length, you've got bragging rights. Go home, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone that you've caught yourself a metre or a donkey, whatever you want to call it. It is rather impressive. A donkey, that's what they call it in WA. If you catch a barra over 1 metre in length, you've caught yourself a donkey. Alright guys, so because we fish for our barramundi so much here in the Northern Territory, we need to make sure we look after them. Now, if you go and look in a book of old photos in the museum, you'll find a lot of black and white photos of people holding up loads and loads of barra over 1 metre in length. They're able to take 10, sometimes per person, sometimes it's per vessel. It always changes, so make sure you know. Now, the other rule, now this rule isn't everywhere, but it is in some places. So again, make sure you look before you go 11 to 15 years old. Now, a barramundi will spend 3 to 4 years to become sexually mature, and then it will spend 1 to 2 years as a breeding male before then transitioning into a female, which will spend the rest of its life. So if it's over about 7 years old, chances are it is a female. Alright guys, we're in for a treat today because our next fish is incredibly cheeky. The next fish I'm going to talk about are archer fish. They're these little guys here with the spots on them. Now the reason they're called archer fish is because they can shoot a jet of water. It's just like an archer would shoot an arrow from a bow. Now why would a fish need to shoot a jet of water? It's a bit of a random thing for a fish to do. Seems like coming out of a cartoon. Well, archer fish like to eat insects. Now, not a lot of insects live in the water. Actually, quite a few of them do. But the archer fish want more. So, they've looked to the trees. They will go along underneath overhanging branches, just like the ones behind me, and branching in the mangrove, just like your barramundi. They'll be found in both fresh and salt water. And they're going to be hanging around those trees, looking for any little bugs or invertebrates hanging out where they can knock them down, just like that. Now these guys are incredibly intelligent. They can actually recognise different people. They did a study on archerfish to work out just how many different people they could recognise. So they would show the archerfish a photo of a human face, and they would train it to associate that with food. Every time they showed the archerfish that face, it would shoot at that face and it would get food. Then they started adding more and more faces to this wall. And it was only after there were about 45 faces on that wall did the archerfish become too confused to work out who it needed to shoot at in order to get the food. Now these guys are incredibly intelligent, I will vouch that. If I take too long to start boring, well, what's on the inside with these guys? that makes them very special. So, before I talk about our tarpon and their little superpower, I'm going to first tell you a little bit about water, because we need to know about water to understand fish and our climate up here. So, a lot of you might have noticed when I started the show, I pushed down a little pipe down there. It was shooting out a big jet of water beforehand. What that was doing is it was adding oxygen to the water. When water is churned around, oxygen is added to it. Alright guys, the reason that everyone's here, our Australian freshwater whip ray. Big wet puppy dog. Alright. Now, to tell you the truth guys, there's a lot we don't know about them. These are Australia's only freshwater ray, we do know that, and they're quite closely related to other rays that you find over in Southeast Asia, which they were originally thought to be. So they were first described back in the 1970s, and that's when they were thought to be the same species of ray you find over there in Southeast Asia, the giant river rays. Now, in 2008, they did some genetic testing, and it turns out that these are not the same species of ray that you find over in Southeast Asia. Because all the information that we had on them was thrown out the window. They started again from scratch. Now, 2008, that wasn't very long ago. That was less than 20 years ago. Everything else I've spoken about so far, the barramundi, the tarpon, they've been documented since the mid to late 1800s. We've got over 120 years of research on some of our fish. For the rays, we have less than 20. Well, it's understandable. I think a lot we don't. Now, what else lives in our large freshwater rivers in the Northern Territory that might make it a little bit hard to get out there and do some research? I'll give you a hint, it's got 66 teeth and it's about 6 metres long, the crocodile. So it's very hard to get out there and actually research these guys. And that's part of the reason why we've got so many gaps in our knowledge when it comes to them. I could talk to you all day about what we don't know, so let's tell you what we do know about them. They generally live in quite shallow water for a lot of your species of ray. Now, one of the key differences between a shark and a ray is where its gills are located. So, a shark's gills are on the side of its body, whereas a ray's gills are on the underside of its body. Now, if a ray's spending a lot of its life living on the bottom, that is not very helpful. Your gills are on the other side of their head. These are called spiracles, and they allow a ray to do a number of things, and I'm going to show that off right now. Up we go. So, we might see a big jet of water coming out of these spiracles. There we go, a little bit of a little one. There we are. That water coming out of the spiracles is filtering out anything the ray does not want to eat. With their mouth being on the underside of their bodies, they tend to pick up a lot of sand, gravel, things they don't want to eat, so they're going to shoot it out through the spiracles. Now additionally, it's going to help them breathe. They can draw in that water through the spiracles so that they can breathe.
We get it.
Alright, now just in front of their circles, we've got their eye. They've got a very, very little eye for a ray. It is very hard to spot. And the reason why their eyes are so little is back to that fact that they live in murky water. They're not often relying on their eyesight to find their...
Just laying up under the shade there. That's Flo, our old girl.
അതിനകത്ത് കുഞ്ഞു മീനുകളുള്ളൂ അല്ലേ? എടുത്ത ആ
It's a turtle.
Oh no, there's a crook. Hey Ziggy, look, crook. Ziggy. Ziggy, crocodile.
ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട് വലിയ മീനുകൾ. ഇതുണ്ടോ? ഇതുണ്ടോ?
Oh, the first one is spotted. It's underwater. Oh, it's no real. Heidi, there's a crocodile. Yeah, I saw it.
See
It
here.
normally swims underwater here. Can you take a photo?
Yes, it is.
Can you take a photo? Go. Go. Oh, that fish is so fast. I didn't know that. I thought that was... Oh no, tiger. Go away. You know, there's a fish in there. What's that? Cockatoo. There's a toy of that. Mom, where's the aquarium?
We're in the aquarium.
Different come here. Oh, guys.
See this?
The leon. This one.
Stingray. It's so big.
Look at that one. Look at that. And that.
What is this called?
Stingray.
Stingray.
Huh?
Stingray. You're moving snake out of
Hmm.
That's a stingray. Out of.
ഈ മീനുകളുടെ കൂടെ അതൊക്കെ അത് സ്നേക്കാണോ മറ്റേ അന്ന് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടില്ലേ എന്നെ നോക്കി അവിടെ നോക്കി ഹീലാണോ
Snake. Or a 4 or 5 snakes.
ഹീലുണ്ടാവണം ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഇതുള്ള
We found one of the
ഖത്തറിലെ മറ്റേ പോർട്ട് അക്വേറിയം ഇല്ലേ അവിടെ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സാധനം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
എടാ ഈ ഫിഷിന്റെ പേരെന്താ? ഈ ഫിഷിന്റെ പേരെന്താ?
Crocodile.
Crocodile is there?
Crocodile. Statue on him.
Wow, he's moving. Oh, Graham. 3.9 meters.
ഇത് സോൾട്ട് വാട്ടറാ? സോൾട്ട് വാട്ടർ crocodile. It's not moving.
മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഇത്ര
Wait, it looks like he's glitching. I know. It's like standing like one. I have never seen a crocodile before.
See the head we can see there.
You can?
Yes.
My God.
Head is on top there.
See? Look at real life. It's moving.
Look, it's like that.
It looks like it's going on slow motion. Look at the eyes. When it takes a step, watch the sand.
It's just like these two.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Watch it. It's Swimming. Where is it? Okay.
Go, go. Mom, go, go. Why are you playing? Done now. Done now.
Gigi, this fish looks so good. It's like black and white. Glitch. See, look at the white ends. There's a glitch.
കേരളത്തിന്റെ പക്കത്തിൽ കയറാറാ
I love the color. I know, right? No, it's so cool. That's easily farther.
This is just like guys, look.
Finding the red.
Son and the dad left the house. Guys, that looks like Dory. Look at that. That looks like Dory. Look at that. Look at this, bro. Look at you.
Oyster. It's almost a clownfish.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that, guys. Guys, look. Dory.
ഫിഷ്
That is
Angel fish
Dory.
ഉണ്ടല്ലോ.
That is Dory.
അത് ഏഞ്ചൽ ഫിഷ് അല്ല.
ആണ് അവിടെ പേര്
നമ്മുടെ
ഇതിങ്ങനെ ബോൾ പോലെയാവും.
That's Nemo.
നമ്മൾ അതിൽ അടുത്ത് ഒത്തിരി അടുത്ത് പോയാൽ അത്
ഇനി എങ്ങോട്ടാ നമ്മള്?